So WSLAM magazine, or website too, has put out a list of the top 10 moments in women's basketball in 2024. And guess what? No surprise, they ghosted Caitlin Clark. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. So, Rob, if I was going to ask you, now we're doing WNBA and college basketball, which of course Caitlin Clark was in both this year, to list the biggest moments in your mind in basketball and women's basketball this year. Forget that you saw this list. How many moments of yours would be Caitlin Clark's?
Probably most of them.
And if you were completely neutral, you weren't even a Caitlin Clark fan, you were just kind of neutral. How many do you think is a fair number to put in a list of 10?
Yeah, just being a bit, just being like if I was just watching basketball, which I love as a sport, and I turn on, I'm watching, and I see Caitlin Clark, I'm going, whoa, that'd be a wow. Oh my gosh, she just beat this team. She just dropped points on this team.
Like I didn't put any thoughts into this before I saw the list, but I would have said if I could go back and look at it before I saw the list and have someone ask me that question, I would have said at least 6 would be Caitlin Clark. Yeah. They gave him less than a half. They gave her less than a half for big moments.
There's a bunch.
They got the script from the WNBA and ESPN or something to minimize Caitlin Clark's effect and accomplishments. But let's go through the list. Number 10. Everyone's business. It says 54 million unique views, 20,000 single attendance record, 2.5 million. Just says everyone's business. I don't know. Caitlin Clark got the single game attendance record, but they don't mention her in the picture, Rob.
Right.
And the draft was because of her, and 54 unique million views. That was because of her, but they don't even mention Caitlin Clark. They just mentioned that everyone's business. So they gave that to everybody. They gave her that every award that Sheila Johnson.
Everybody gets the award.
She's not mentioned. Okay, number 9. Notre Dame backcourt. Okay, so yeah, they have a great backcourt, but that's not like a huge moment this year, Rob. They're just a really good backcourt between Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles. Both very likable, both very good, both playing really well, and will both be All-Americans this year, in my opinion, at least first and second team. What about Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell? The run that they went on after the Olympics, Rob, that was a bigger moment in women's basketball than this. It got more publicity. So that's already you've got one that's okay. Next one is UConn versus USC Cover Stars rematch. All right. That was a big moment. I would put that in my top 10. I would. That was a big moment just because of all the hype around the two of them. They're supposedly vying for player of the years, but right now I really think they're more like maybe second and fourth or third and fourth in right now after Hannah. The WNBA All-Star game, Enrique goes off for 34 points to beat Team USA. I agree with that one. But Caitlin Clark also had 10 assists. 3 of them were phenomenal passes. Right. And that was a big moment, too.
And one pass was even to her rival, Angel Reese.
Right. I think that should have been a big moment. Number 6 is Slam Summer Classic. And it looks like pictures of young women that are not in college yet. So I guess, I don't know, is that really a big deal? I never even heard of it before. Because I think one picture looks like it's Aaliyah Cortez, who's the number 1 recruit coming out of high school this year. But I never heard of that, so I don't know how that's one of the top 10, but hey, that's me. Number 5, Caitlin Clark. At least they put her name first.
Oh, there we go.
Record-breaking rooks. You can't do one without the other again, Rob. They got the memo.
Breaking rooks. Rooks, not rookie. Rooks.
Not the rookie of the year by herself. Not the 62 records that Caitlin Clark broke. Nope, got to put it in there with Angel Reese.
Yeah.
All right. Team USA brings home gold. It was the Olympics. I'd probably put that at number 10. It wasn't a big deal. What was a big deal is they almost lost because they didn't put Caitlin Clark on the team because they were jealous.
That's the big deal. Not like they won the gold medal. It's like that was a big deal. They almost lost it. Actually, they almost lost the gold medal.
They won 7 straight. I mean, they lost. It was only a big deal because a game was close because they were so stubborn. South Carolina invincible. That would make my top 10. They were undefeated and they won the championship, but it was also a big deal because they played against Caitlin Clark in the finals. Liberty makes history. It was their first title. it's a big moment because it's WNBA championship, so you have to include those too. And number one, A'ja Wilson's all-time season. It really wasn't that phenomenal a season just because she had a really good season, but it wasn't as historic as they make it out to be. But if you want to put in the top 10, fine, but it's not number one.
No.
Let's go and talk about, Rob, all the ones that they missed that could have been on there, that should have been on there, I guess. Let's talk about the fact that Caitlin Clark broke the all-time scoring record in NCAA history, including Pete Perovich, for men and women.
Yeah, men's and women's.
That was huge. Record. It was a huge moment. Yeah. And when she broke the women's record, that was a huge moment. I would have put that in there too. There's two right there.
Exactly.
I was in Caitlin Clark's victory over LSU in the Elite Eight, a rematch from the finals the year before, and the great game that Caitlin Clark had, and the highest rated game outside of the finals up to that point in NCAA women's basketball history.
Right.
And that was a huge moment. And then the next round, which probably not quite as big, but it was against Paige Beckers and UConn, and the controversy at the end, which I do think it was a moving pick. That was huge, and it was the highest rated Final Four game of all time by a large margin. The only one that was even close was the one the year before with Caitlin Clark.
Right.
They beat South Carolina.
Right. I was going to say that one, yeah.
And then Caitlin Clark making the finals 2 years in a row. That's a moment in itself. Let's go to the WNBA career, Rob. How about the draft? But the main reason the draft got really high ratings was because Caitlin Clark, a little bit of Angel Reese, a little bit of Cameron Brink, but mainly it was Caitlin Clark. But they didn't.
Angel Reese draft fourth, so she wasn't that big a factor.
But it got high ratings. The All-Star game got high ratings too. That was because of Caitlin
All-Star game.
Caitlin Clark getting 19 assists, setting a record that league's been around 28 years. So that's a really good record for most assists in a game. Caitlin Clark getting a triple-double. Caitlin Clark getting another triple-double and almost getting a third triple-double, as a rookie. She led the league in assists, first rookie to do that.
The list mark the list. I mean, they should have just made a separate thing for Caitlin Clark, like her 10 best moments, and then the other side is, these are 10 moments they think. It should be separate.
Well, if they had done one with Caitlin Clark, like all the Caitlin Clark's records is one of them, I could see that. But these games, you can't ignore games like Elite Eight against LSU.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin Clark actually led the league in assists, first rookie to do so. So, I mean, I could go on and on, but of those 10, I would say, Rob, 6 of them I would keep, and 4 of them I would knock out, and I'll put Caitlin Clark things at least.
Right.
At least. That's at least. And one of them has Caitlin Clark in it already, so I would have Caitlin Clark in about 5 of them if I was doing it, instead of a half.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just very obvious. It's so obvious, Mark. When I was looking at the list, I'm going, you're leaving out some certain things here.
Like the biggest moments in women's college basketball this year is Caitlin Clark, a little bit of A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese, and then Caitlin Clark again. And really not much else.
Yeah.
Juju Watkins and match up with Paige Beckers, for college basketball this year. Yeah.
You're right.
But we'll see. I mean, I can't wait till see what they put next year. Let's say Caitlin Clark gets MVP and wins the championship. I wonder how many times, because they do this every year now. They do like different lists for apparently they do this. I never heard of this list before, and it probably wasn't relevant until Caitlin Clark came out.
Right, exactly.
This is a joke. Okay, so this is, I don't know if it's Slam. I never really appreciated Slam Magazine. I didn't think it would hit articles that I read were high quality to my extent, and I didn't like their top 75 list of all time. I could say I don't think Kobe Bryant's the 4th best. I don't think Shaq's the 7th best. I don't think Larry Bird should be as low as 10. I could go like the NBA's top 75 list they put out, and ESPN's last one from 2001, 75 list. I thought they were more accurate than Slam Magazine's was.
Right.
Mine were closer to that. So I never really thought much of them anyways. So I think even less of them now, because I don't know what their motivation was. I don't know if it was racial or not. All I know is that Caitlin Clark got like nothing here, and all the top 25 things all have to do with black athletes.
Huh.
Pretty much they were all because they have to do with black athletes, except for the Liberty winning the championship. But you had to put that in no matter who won it, right?
Right.
The 2 stars, actually, the 2 biggest stars of their team are white. So I don't know what to say, Rob. This is not going to end. They're going to try to minimize Caitlin Clark. The whole world, other than Caitlin Clark fans, are going to try to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Caitlin
No
Clark
matter what,
fans
no matter what she does.
What was that, Rob? Sorry.
No matter what she does, yeah.
Caitlin Clark fans are just going to laugh and say, "Okay, you're delusional or lying." Who are we going to believe, you or our own eyes? That's what we're going to keep saying,
Right.
and we know what to believe. So, anyways, let us know what you guys think down below. And if you like this video, share it with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? If you like Caitlin Clark, subscribe to our channel. If you like Rob, subscribe to our channel. And hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And you can join us for our live show and talk about this tomorrow night. It's every Monday except for major holidays, 6 to 8 Eastern time. You can call them for that show. So it's pretty cool. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below and a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.